Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is JJive Certified, and today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be continuing my series on my ideas for Black Ops 5 Zombies. Now, today we're going to talk about the character system, what characters I think should be in this game. So let's start with the basics. Real quick before I start the basics, actually, I think this game should not have a heavy story feel. Most of the zombies before this has really been all about the story and all about making a good plot line, and I think to some extent that is why Black Ops 4 suffered, is because story was really focused on, but gameplay was kind of just, we'll just put it in and let it work itself out. But I think this game should really focus on gameplay and just having a great time in zombies mode versus the story. Now, I am including a story, I'll explain that later, but I don't think it should be the main point. Anyway, here are the basics of this character system. Each player selects a character pre-game, so there's a wide choice of characters. You get to pick one before the game begins. Each character has 3 defining characteristics: what weapon they start with, their starting weapon, their primary grenade type, so like frag, semtex, EMP, that kind of thing, and their specialist weapon. So basically you all know what a specialist weapon is. Anyway, quick note, although some characters are similar in their setups, no two characters have the exact same setup, so just keep that in mind. Anyway, guys, let's get into it. So our first character is Primis Tank Dempsey. So we all know this guy. He's from Origins and a lot of Black Ops 3. And he starts with the Mauser C96 as he does in Origins. He's got a frag grenade, and he is the staff class for a specialist weapon. Next, we have Ultimus Tank Dempsey from most of Black Ops 1, I think. Yeah, most of Black Ops 1. He's got the Colt M1911, Claymore as his primary grenade, and he is Death Machine class. Misty Briarton from Transit Die Rise and Buried. She has the RK5 EMP grenade and is the Death Machine class. Next we have Weasel Arlington from Mob of the Dead. He starts with Combat Knife, has Tomahawk, and is Pistol class. Next we have Billy Handsome from Mob of the Dead. He starts with the Bloodhound, has a Tomahawk, and is Pistol class. Next we have CDC Member from, from Transit Grief, and as well as Nuketown, I believe. Anyway, he starts with the Colt M1911, has the EMP grenade, and is Flamethrower class. Next, we have the CIA agent from the same map, so Transit Grief and Nuketown, I believe. I think he's in Nuketown, I can't remember. Anyway, starts with the MR6, from Black Ops 3, that starting weapon, has an EMP grenade, and is Gravity Spike class specialist weapon. Next, we have Primis Edward Richtofen from Origins and most of Black Ops 3. Starts with the Mauser C96, has a Semtex grenade, and is Gravity Spike class. Then we have Ultimus Edward Richtofen from most of Black Ops 1. Starts with the Colt M1911, has a Claymore, and is Gravity Spike class. Next, we have Fidel Castro from 5. Starts with a Combat Knife, has a Semtex grenade, and is Flamethrower class. Next, we have Jessica Rose from Shadows of Evil. Starts with the RK5, has a Semtex grenade, and is Flamethrower class. Next, we have John F. Kennedy himself from 5. Starts with the MR6, has a Claymore, and is Pistol class. Next, we have Ludvig Maxis. Now, this is an interesting one. I included a few characters that are not playable before Black Ops 5 that I think should be playable now that we're including a bunch of characters. But this is Ludvig Maxis, starts with a Mauser C96, has a Semtex grenade, and is Staff class. Next we have Marlton Johnson from Transit Die Rise and Buried, starts with the RK5, has an EMP grenade, and is a Gauntlet class. Next we have Finn O'Leary from Mob of the Dead, starts with Bloodhound, has a Tomahawk, and is Death Machine class. Next, we have Primis Nikolai Belinski from Origins and most of Black Ops 3. Starts with a Mauser 96, has a frag grenade, and is Gauntlet class. Next, we have Ultimus Nikolai Belinski, our vodka-loving friend who is from Black Ops 1. Has the Colt M1911, frag grenade, and Flamethrower class. Next, we have Peter McCain. This is another character that we have not been able to play as before, but we've seen throughout the series. He's in Shinonuma, he's the hanging guy. He's in Garad Crovey, the pre-film, and then he's also in the Easter egg steps of Alpha Omega. So, starts with the RK5 as a frag grenade and his Death Machine class. Next, we have Richard Nixon from 5. Starts with a Bloodhound, has a Claymore, and is Hammer class. Next, we have Robert McNamara from 5, MR6, Frag Grenade, and Hammer class. Next, we have Russman from Transit, Die Rise, and Buried, Colt M1911, EMP Grenade, and Hammer class. Next, we have Sal DeLuca from Mob of the Dead, as the Bloodhound, the Tomahawk, and is Gauntlet class. Next, we have Samantha Maxis, yet another character that, okay, we've kind of been able to play as her. Like, if you complete the Moon Easter egg, I think you are Samantha Maxis. I'm not too sure, but I think she should be in this game. She starts with a Mauser 96, has an EMP Grenade, and is Gravity Spike class. Next, we have Samuel J. Stuhlinger from Transit, Die Rise, and Buried. He's part of the Victus crew. MR6, EMP Grenade, and Hammer class. Next, we have Primis Takeo Masaki from Origins and most of Black Ops 3. Starts with a combat knife, has a claymore, and is sword class, because how could Takeo not be sword class? Speaking of Takeo, Ultimus Takeo Masaki from Black Ops 1 has the Colt M1911, frag grenade, and is sword class. Next, we have Yuri Zavoyski. Now, if you don't remember who this guy is, this is the Pentagon Thief. And the reason I think he should be in this game is he does kind of play a role. He's a cool boss, and Treyarch already kind of has a model for him. I think he would be a fun character to put in this game just to kind of throw everyone off. So yeah, Yuri Zavoyski, he's got the MR6, Semtex Grenade, and his staff class. Next, we have Floyd Campbell from Shadows of Evil. He's that boxer. He's got the combat knife, claymore, and is Gauntlet class. Next, we have Jack Vincent from Shadows of Evil. He's got the Bloodhound, Semtex Grenade, and pistol class. Next, we've got Nero Blackstone, yet again from Shadows of Evil. He's got the combat knife, the tomahawk, and is sword class. Next, we have Doctor Monty. I don't think we've been able to play as this guy, but I think he's got enough character development and enough modeling done to easily turn this guy into a playable character. So he's got the RK5, the Claymore, and the staff class. And last, but certainly not least, we have the Shadowman. Yet another person that I'm pretty sure we've not been able to play as, but would be pretty cool too, and it would not be that hard to port. He starts with Bloodhound as a Tomahawk and is sword class. Anyway, guys, I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. Treyarch, I do not believe you are watching, but if you are, please take another look at these characters, and you should include all of them in your game. I really like the system of just being able to pick one character from a large pool of characters to play as. I think that adds a lot of variety to the teams you have, and especially with their 3 characteristics, mixing and matching those. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Please make Black Ops 5 a good game. Anyways, guys, I hope you have a great day, and this is Jay out.